Hey guys, it is me, Stace. Welcome back to our final video in our toilet paper roll mini album series. Today we're going to work on the last page and also create the closure. So for the last page, I wanted something fun. So we're going to create this little guy here, kind of like a gatefold card. Opens up, this pops out, so you can see lots of room for photos and journaling. So to create that piece, you will need 3 pieces of cardstock. You want 2 of them that measure 3 3/4 by 7. This one is 2.5 by 8. Grab your trimmer. So for the 2 pieces that measure 3 3/4 by 7, we're going to score each one at 2.5 inches, then again at 5. So 2.5 and then 5. There's one. Our second one, again 2.5 inches and then 5. Okay, and then our piece that measures 2.5 by 8, we're going to score this at 2 inches on each side. So 2 inches there, flip it around and do 2 inches on this side. Okay, we can set that aside. Now for these ones, we're just going to go ahead and accordion fold these. Okay, just like that, so they're done. These ones we're going to fold in like a gatefold card. Okay, just like that. I'm going to grab my corner rounder. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side. Just round the corners on these 2 pieces. Okay, so we have that. And we have these guys. I'm going to open this up. Now you'll see we have a wide one, and a short one. You want the short one to go face down here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue. Again, I'm using Art Glitter Glue. So I'm putting the glue on the short flap. Okay, and take that, the folded edge, line it up in the center in this piece here. And even with the top. Make sure you're even. I'm not. Take it off and do it again. I'm going to kind of go from it at the side so I can make sure I'm straight at the top. Okay. Alright, so that looks like that. So when you open it up, it looks like this. Now this one, again, the shorter end is going to go on top of that one. So I have the shorter piece here. Folded with the glue. I'm going to flip this around and do the same exact thing here. And this one, I'm not quite in the middle. Okay, you want to try to be in the center here. So this is real, no editing going on. Okay, so re-glue it. You want to have this piece be in the middle of the piece we're going to put it on. Okay, so again, I'm going to look at it from this point. There we go. Make sure it's straight at the top and in the middle of this piece. You'll see when we fold these pieces back, you want it to be centered in that piece. Okay? Alright, so that piece is done. Let's take this, and hopefully my glue is still good. Flip it over and attach this one to the side. Again, lining it up on the side with the other one, giving it a squish. Alright, so now you see it opens up like this. So this is going to fold in, this is going to fold in on top of that, this is going to fold in this way and that way. Okay? Now, to cover this seam here, you want a piece of paper. I already have these pre-measured. This one is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And that's going to go here, just to cover up that seam that we made. Again, you would spend more time on this. I'm just kind of giving you guys the idea. Right now I cut 2 pieces of just a yellow cardstock. These are 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. I also rounded 2 edges on them. And they're going to go on the inside. Just like that here. So you can see by adding this little flip out piece, it gives you a lot more room for photos. I think that's what a mini album is about, you know, sharing the memories and a place to put them. And sometimes with an album so small, you're kind of out of space. Okay, so we're just going to fold that up. Now we have these two little flaps here. I have this piece here. Same measurement, 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. That's going to go here. And then our other one is going to go on the other side. Alrighty, so it looks like that. Now, to keep this from popping open on our toilet paper tube, and you will see with our tube, we don't need to cover it with paper because this is going to cover the entire tube. Okay, that's going to be the entire piece. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to grab some twine and just going to tape it down the middle. If I had my Scotch tape near me, I would use that, but I'm going to use this. And just tape that down. Now, you want to glue this whole thing down like that with your ribbon or whatever you're going to tie it off with, like that, to keep it from being open. So I'm going to use more of that double-sided sticky strip. Find the ending of it. I'm going to go to the top and the bottom and also on the sides. Just make sure your ribbon is out of your way. Seems rather bulky, and it is, but once it's in our album, it'll be fine. Okay, take your bone folder, rub all that down really well. Peel the backing off. Just on the side pieces. Okay, now I want to make sure my twine is out. Okay, take that. And we're going to plop it down on top of our toilet paper tube. So now rather than having this flop open, we can go in and tie this off with our twine to keep it shut. Apparently I forgot how to tie a bow. Okay. So we have that there. Now you want to keep your tails relatively long here because once you open this up, you're going to want to close it back up. Okay, so keep your tails somewhat long. I'll just trim this one here. Alright, so there's the first side. Now we have the back side. We're going to grab a piece of paper. Same measurement, this is 2 3/4. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's 2.5 by 3 3/4. And this part, we're not going to have a tag, so we're not going to have a pocket that comes out, only because that's rather bulky. So we're going to create a pocket on this piece here. So just lay your paper down, okay? Then for the pocket piece, you will need a piece of cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. Leave one side not scored. Okay, then just fold it up and then just go ahead and miter. Before we do that, we'll stick our tape on there. Okay, so we got it on that end, on this end, and on across the bottom. I'm trying to hurry, my camera is blinking at me. Alright, go ahead and miter the corners. Okay, we're going to peel the tape off. Now with this one, you want, okay, so I have it up this way, here's my tape. You want to have the bottom flap be on top of the other two. Okay, that when you put your stuff in, it's not going to get stuck. Alright, take this piece off, this final piece of tape there. Okay, and we're going to attach this to the bottom, and it should be lining up with that paper. Okay, just like that. Now to cover this piece up, I have another piece of paper. This is 1 inch by 3.5. Just the same paper, just the other side of it, to cover the white up. Okay. So now we can see there's a pocket there, and you can always go back in later on and add your tags. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add this to our book, our last page here. So again, we're going to take the tape off, the one flap, make sure this is going the right way, make sure your twine is out of the way. Open this up. Now this is rather thick. Okay, just kind of get your fingers in there to create a little opening or a little gap. Push it in as far as it can go, hold it on the side, make sure it's even with the other pieces, and then push it down. Then come in there and just really give that a push. Okay, now we're going to do this side. Now this side may be tricky because we have all the bulk here, and if we can't get it, I'm just going to go ahead and shove some glue in there, but I think I can get it. Okay, I'm just taking my little pointer tool and grabbing that tape, trying to. I can feel the paper. There we go. Okay, pull it out. Push that down really good, and again, pick it up and just kind of give it a good squeeze. Okay, fix your twine if you need to. I'd probably recommend using a thicker twine. This I got from Paper Tray Ink, I think. Or even just a ribbon, but you want to make sure you keep your tails long, because once you open it and you cut your bow short, you're not going to be able to retie the bow. Oh, I got myself with that poker tool. Alright, so we have that. Alright, so our book at that point is finished. Now, to create the closure, what I'm going to do, let me show you the one I did. Okay, this is my mini album. Okay, we're going to create that closure here. Alright, so for that I have a piece of white cardstock. This is a 1 3/4 by 12. And I'm going to put this on here in the center, just basically creating a belly band. I'm going to pinch it at the bottom. Now, you don't want your book to be closed like that. You want it to kind of be relaxed, kind of having it be square the way it should be. Pinch it, bring it around, pinch it, and pinch. Okay, so now I just have an idea of where I'm going to score this at. You don't want this to be tight because you want to be able to access your book. Alright, now let's go ahead and give it a fit. Just lay it down there, bring this around. Okay, looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is bring this around, make sure this is straight. Okay, line up my paper. Squirt some glue. All I do is put glue right there. Bring this piece over, lining it up. Okay, this one I can pull it off my book. Just lined up nice and straight there. Okay, give it a squish. I'm going to put the seam part in the back. Okay, just to kind of dry fit it there. See how I like it. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Alright, now I want to cover this paper up. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that. This is 3 by 1 3/4, so we're going to go 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Let me do that first. 2 3/4 is the length. The width is going to be 1 1/4? No, 1 1/2. Okay, 1 1/2. So I'm going to need one for the front and the back. Okay, 1 1/2 here, 1 1/2 here. This little top edge, the length of that is 1 3/4. So I'm going to go 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. And yours might be different. Okay, so I have those. Let's go ahead and glue these to the front, just so it's not so plain. And I can see I'm a tad bit crooked on my belly band, but again, you'll be much more neater. Okay, so that's going to go on that piece, just like that. Yeah, my belly band's a little bit loose. Okay. this way. Take it off actually a little bit easier. Okay, put this one on this side so it hides the seam there. I think I glued, okay. Just like that. And then our other piece is going to go on the very top. Okay, just like that. Just make sure all this is nice and laying flat and straight. You can see I'm clearly crooked, but again, you guys get the idea. Okay, I'm going to put this back on our book. Now, to jazz it up, I'm going to create a little flower. I just used paper from the paper pack, and I punched out 5 circles that all measure 2 inches. I squirted them with a little bit of water, crinkled them up, let them dry. We're going to layer all 5 together. Take our big bite or a hole punch, shove it under there, punch a hole in the middle or close to it. Take a brad, put that through, open up the brad. Now on the back of this, what I want to do is, you can see on mine, I have like a little banner. I'm going to get and create one of them real quick. And I think we're going to go a 1/2 inch. I think is, no, we'll go 3/4 of an inch. So if you want to, you can stamp it, you know, if your book has a title, you can stamp a title there. I'm going to flag this piece. Again, you'd be much neater, but I want to try to hurry, my battery's blinking at me. Alright, that's going to go in here like that, and our flower is going to go like that. Just determine how long I want it to be, and I think right there is about good. I'm going to cut that off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take some of that sticky strip again. You guys should see my room. It is a complete mess. There's stuff on the floor. Alright, take this. Take the tape off the back of that. Okay, I'm going to glue this to my paper here. Okay, then put more glue on top of that so I can attach my little flower. Just a few little strips. I'm going to take it off. Again, it's easier to work with it not being on there. Take the backing off of that. Fold over any extra glue you have. Pop your flower on there. Just like that. And then we'll fluff it back up when it's on here. Okay, so you can, like, again, you can add, so now to create your little flower, just take each layer and just kind of squish it to the center. Okay, just like that. Take this next layer. Okay, squish it. Each one, you're just going to squish it to the center. You want to make sure your paper is dry at this point, otherwise it's going to shred. I'm going to try to hurry. I'm blinking, I'm blinking, I'm blinking.